Welcome to Factorio Modded. This is I and Light. I've been, I don't know, almost 150 hours. I thought it was going to be 100 hours, but it's been going pretty good, I think. I've just got the rocket silo here, and we're a little bit low on this LDS, but the productivity, as you can see, is 120%. So what that means is each, it says 5, but it's like really like 2.3 per craft. So it's very efficient. I could buff that. Also the super alloy is a bit low. Looks like rocket fuel and RCUs are fine though. So I actually made a proper RCU build. I did a whole brand new chip factory for that down here. Was it there? Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, this is the RCU factory, and it seems to be jammed up, basically. So, what I could do is do LDSs from the same build. The plastic's finally saturated, so we've got enough syngas and aromatics. And it's actually the copper that's, I mean, it's real weird. Like, it looks like it needs a lot of copper, right? But when you like math over this, it does do 20, I reckon it's 20 a second. It just really look like 20 seconds is getting made. I think it's my ratios all funny. So this here, this eats 4.4 to make 11.4. There's always 3 to 1 ratio production. So one of these makes 3 copper plates, whereas this here makes 25. So yeah, there's no way I'm using 19. Probably have to divide that by quite a lot, because it's been sped up. I don't actually see the speed module there. But the main thing about it is that even this step is 30% productive, then this step is 30% productive. It's like 50% productive. So 1 bit of iron, 1 bit of copper ore. Yeah, it's only half. And then it goes to the copper wire, which is again another 30%. Then it goes to the green chips, which is another 30%. Then it goes to the red chips, which is another 30%. Then it goes to the blue chips and the speed modules, which is another 30%. So as you can see, by the time it actually gets to the RCUs, this is jam-packed with resources. 30% production modules are just amazing. That being said, I might go work on LDS. This looks like it's actually got some, but it's not requesting enough. I might just go put a 0 on each of these. I think the actual super alloy is the one that's actually lacking. Yeah, we can't even do the next step, which is the science pack, another hour. When I get that science pack, I can do satellites and start getting the last science pack. So I'm not sure what to work towards. I could try to prep for the satellite. Oh, this is a bit of a hazard. Old school tier 1 robots. A bit slow. I'll go buff, let's go buff some stuff. How about that? Looks like steel's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Also got too much tar. Nuclear power seems to be okay. I thought it might be struggling, but they just don't need that much. And I've got actually I can't even see. Oh, 8,000 diamonds again. Must have solved my diamond crisis. I had a diamond crisis for a while. So the only shortage here is these LDSs. Maybe a speed module. Might be a speed problem. The plastic is definitely not getting made fast enough. So that is a syngas shortage. So I could work on the syngas here, and I think we'll be okay. There's plenty in the network, but locally, no bueno. Yeah, this little tailings thing here, Paramax and crude, is pretty good actually. So we actually got too much saline. One copper and iron ore requested. Doesn't really matter, but that'll be fine. Just to make sure doesn't jam up. I might go find a spot for this syngas. Now we've got a bit up there, 5,000 up here. That's from the coal gas, right? Which is a bit low. I guess we're turning all the local tar, because this is like a local factory. We could make this productive though. Oh, those are a bit slow. Where's the beacon? Oh, it's a diet beacon. We can actually put the faster one in. I'll also go the nice 2-2. Yeah, 2-2's alright. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit of productivity on these, so we get a little more resources. We're gonna find that. Oh, they actually get a bit of speed bump these. Actually, we're probably gonna find that it's not the right ratio anymore. Oh no, we're still short. We're still short, but not as short. I think we have to increase the speed of these inserters. Yeah, the coal's looking a bit more chonky. That's looking good. Now we got too much coke. That's looking good. Alright, that should juice up the tar. I'll probably flood it actually. But I'm reaching on water. Huh. Alright, tell you what, I'm gonna go to the west and grab some more water. The old forest trick. There you go, that should help. Let's have a look. Oh, it's much better. No, I don't have too much ash getting generated. I can upgrade the mechanical, really? How fast will make the ash? 2.48 a second. I guess it's okay. We just juiced up things, so coal gas is going up. We should start getting excess syngas. These are a bit slow though, but yeah, I can probably speed these up. Could grab another 2-2. Should probably make a different number, but make it a 3-2. Oh, that's way better. That's what I'm talking about. plenty of boric. Oh, this thing will get juiced up now. Well, some of it does. Why has this one got the juice but not the others? Yeah, why is that? Oh, yeah, it does. Hey, frag out. There you go. Not enough flowers. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. No flowers. So I get too much aromatics anyway. Got a whole bunch of coal gas up here as well. Got plenty available for the syngas. When do we get she gets used properly? Doesn't make its way to the plastic plant. The plastic is looking very chocker now. Well, that's very small change. Looking much healthier. I'm not sure. Oh, it comes up here. I see. I did hook it in. I wasn't sure. So what's happening, frag out? What have you been up? What have you been up to with your day so far? Is it frag o'clock? Oh no, we're ash flooded. I could do that coal dust thing and then syngas it. This old way is using ash to delete itself. Actually, this step here, the ash and water, I think there's a better building, better step there. So I'm doing that one there. I could do the muddy sludge version instead. We do have muddy sludge here, but not much. What are you doing there, I guess? I guess these ones could be making more wood. Yeah, it set it up for here for ash, but I didn't actually set it up, so to speak. This thing filled up with barrels, really? Oh, that's awkward. Actually, that's funny, it worked to my advantage because I actually don't want to make these iron plates out of iron oxide. Playing vanilla right now, chill for personal satisfaction. Oh yeah, it sounds like cool setup. Alright, I need a lot more ash business. I might have to set up this setup from this one here that does coal dust. It's kind of like this build here. Not exactly, but kind of like this. I just need to find a spot for it. Diesel engines? What? I've never seen diesel engines in Factorio, even for moddeds. Which mod's got diesel engines? Sounds quite neat. I'll put it over here for now. Restore 2, really? They must have changed since I last played. When I last played it did not have that. Nuclear engines. You have diesel though. Okay, this thing here doesn't work so well. I can move it back a tile. We don't need these sad situations, but cool. So that's a lot of ash, and it's going to get coal dusted. Coal dusted gets syngassed, and the syngas gets used. Just need to plug some water in, which I just hooked up for. So I got some reading docs on how to make my own Factorio mod. Just do a chat GPT, ask for steps on how to do it, and then start doing it. Sounds like a great project. Make something cool that you enjoy. Be part of the maker economy. You won't regret it. Alright, I think these are safely separate. What I'm going to do is deal with the syngas this makes. Go from there. Because I got this recipe way past when I actually built this originally, so this is the way better way of dealing with it. Turn the coal dust into syngas. Why is it suddenly run out of gas though? What happened? We suddenly got too many logs, too much coal. Too much coke. Oh man, we just fully flooded the whole thing. Don't tell a programmer to use that cursed thing. It should not be named. No, I'm not telling you how to program with it. I think ChatGPT is great for like doing step-by-step instructions on what to do. Not doing it like cut and paste doing it, but like labeling like the best way of like doing a to-do list. So it might lower the barrier to you doing it because you see how many steps there's. It's not too bad. But yeah, if you do it for programming, it's going to be 20% bullshit and then 80% correct. And of course, if you don't know enough, it's going to be more annoying than just not even using it. No one wants to be dealing with bullshit. Alright, I think all these steps need a buffer. Where's the coal? Actually, what's the step here? This is that's coal. I'm burning the coal, really? Well, that's so wasteful. Nah, should do. Oh, we did a step here. All the coal should go into a chest. Let me speed up that belt as well. Not sure why I'm buffing this. There was a reason. I think I need some local syngas for the plastic, so kind of makes sense because this is the bottleneck. So should go a little faster, and then this is still too slow with those inserters though. Oh wait, no, can't do that because they'll be white. There we go. Much better. Cool, that's much gooder. Gooder gumdrops. Okay, so we've got the extra ash going up here, and it's getting turned to syngas through coal dust. We actually got coal here that could go up into the crusher as well, so rather than burning it in here, which is a bit dumb, I can do that other step I do, which is this step over here. These things. These things are good. Yeah, coal, man. Coal to coal dust is quite good in this mod. Good step. Yeah, it's very fine. So, currently I burn this excess coal, which is a bit silly. But what we can do is use it. As they say, use it or lose it. So I'd like to use it. And it's just the... Cool, so that's the other way getting coal dust, is via these. Now these can't really be prodded, can they? No. That's quite good though. It's all the excess coal's gonna get used. Not that we get that much excess coal. Most of it's gonna now be used inside this. Well, it's gonna go in this chest though, isn't it? So that's gonna fill up. The coal gas is looking much healthier. Oh, we do burn. Oh, do we? Oh no, we don't. There needs to be a chest available. So should be making decent syngas now with all these extra steps. Which means the plastic should be flowing for the LDSs for my needs. Yeah, we've got 480 in this chest, so that's more than enough for my build needs. Add extra 2 more chests, but we're actually low on the niobium now. So the plastic is fine. We actually need more coal input, which is interesting. I mean, I could buff the coal. These things here are... They're getting pretty fast, but obviously something's gone wrong. I think there's no water in half these builds because the speed's too fast. This needs 6,610 water. It's only 1,200 in a pump. So what I'm going to do is add a bunch more pumps to this. Because I like the free coal, it's quite good. It's just annoying to set up these water pumps. I can see why people do those other mods that remove the need to do it. Wish I'd have free water. Like worse than the nuclear power plant, but there's actually a mushroom farm. Makes you realise like in real life how much water is needed for all of our industrial processes. I mean, without the free lubricant of water, industry kind of costs a fortune. And that's probably the main thing actually if they want to deal with climate stuff, is you basically charge industry for water is the most efficient way of taxing pollution. Because most industry that makes pollution needs water. You just make water cost a fortune for industry users, and then suddenly pollution will go down because you have to build better tech that doesn't use water. Of course you can't, so you just got to pay a higher cost to get those same things built. Big water. Always a big joke with people who hassle capitalism. They say big corp or big companies. They say big water. Okay, that there should be okay for the... I want me one more. I'll get this one up here. So close. Okay, that's good. So I hope I've got 5, 6 now. So 6, 12 is 72. So there should be enough water coming through for this. This looks like it's jamming up nicely. If I can go to blue belts. I have an idea. Not the smartest idea, but I have an idea. That's a bit cardio. Now, I wonder if I can get a side load there. I don't think it's possible with this belt speed. I think technically though, there's a whole red belt by itself, so really I should be I think I have to do a rate calculator on inserters. Yeah, that's way off. It's not 1.45. There's no way. Alright. I'm just gonna build this building. So I need 1.45 for this building at 3.5. It's at 4.6. I need 1.33 inserters. Doesn't make any sense at all. That makes 0 sense. I can't trust this inserter logic or the rate calculator. That sucks. There's no way these are moving that much. They move 6 per swing. They do 864 degrees a second, right? So that's 2 swings a second. So that's 12 a second. That's 20 a second. That's like maybe it's 1.45. Well, that is correct on that side, but the 1.33 was wrong because it wouldn't be less inserters for the higher production rate. It doesn't make sense. It's only 1.33. That means I probably can do something different with this setup. We take 2 out, and it should still be okay. Now, so the trick is do that. That unloads faster. But the better trick is actually to turn this around. Get a coffee, eh? Nice. Not quite the right location for that. Just move that back a tile. Can start the show now. I think you're the only one here, Breakout. So it's me and you. Right, so I think this is gonna be okay. And we've got 1 belt for that. And this other one. I might go on the side here actually. I might do this setup. Actually, we can just do 2 separate ones. There's one new like hacky way of doing things. Actually, it should be on the outside. It should be there. And then that is the belt. Yeah, it's 5:30 on a Sunday. But lucky for me, I've got tomorrow off work because it's the King's birthday. It used to be Queen's birthday, but they decided to rename it apparently because, well, there's no Queen anymore, so long live the King. Okay, we don't need all this old setup. Go. Two's better than one. Oh, we missed a tile. That's fine. Oh, I ran out of belt. Ah, fine. I don't know what that pole's doing there. Looks like we needed it. I don't really want that pole there. We'll do this instead. That's better. Only 8:30 here, just in time to wake up. Oh yeah. How much coffee's in the pot? There we go. Got lots of coal for my niobium. Should be a bit better on the loading. Now its downloads at 17 a second, which is a bit faster than yellow belt. A bit low on the niobium oxide's a bit slow now. So it needs 20 niobium oxide a second, and this makes 55. So there's just a belt speed problem. Oh, that sucks. Well, that works. What about this? Can this go? Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, no, it does work. It's only a yellow belt though. So I need to make this a red belt. Let's see if it's fast enough for the... Though, the coal's pretty good. The middle one's lacking coal for some reason. Oh, I haven't done it instead of there. Okay, the coal's looking okay now. And this belt's looking chocker. So what are we doing? 17 a second. It's just over the yellow belt, so they should be quite good now. LDS's. Just under its needs. It's supposed to be 12 a second, and it's definitely got that, so. Cool. Nobium is ahoy. Yeah, it's looking good. I need heaps of water for that upgrade though. How's my syngas? It should be okay, I think. $201k, it's gone down. I guess when I boost up that thing, then the plastic gets used up more, but this is actually... It's looking better, but the belt's chopped up. The red chips are looking good. Nothing to see here, it's looking great. But what the actual, this little coal here? Looks like it's still full, so it is fast enough. We might be problematic on this overflow of iron oxide. The tile's not really going up too much. Looks like we got not enough logs. We're running out of logs. I had a chest of two. What? Why'd I do that? I made a chest of extra coal. I think we turn off this burning of ash here. We can burn itself. Well, actually, the ash burning can just go on to that belt now. What are we gonna burn here? I think nothing actually. We just retire this. I'll see if upgrading this to the nice one, the maize sludge. We do a maize. Oh, it's gone. Had maize sludge. It's been eaten. I don't know where it went. Perhaps I buffed the speed of this stuff up in it, so it ate more faster. Yeah, that little flower guy is awesome. I made this little factory over here as well a while ago. It doesn't do anything, but it did eat the excess my sludge up. Probably should upgrade this one actually. It should have been an ash factory. Okay, let's go check this flower guy out. Well, my fault for you getting into modding? Well, that's a good problem. I'm glad you're getting into it. You can encourage old Veldak here to mod as well. Because Veldak needs to do some machine learning mods, and so he needs some integration help, I'd imagine. So yeah, that'd be pretty exciting, eh? This coal's looking quite chocker, but also not enough mushies coming through. This one's good. Actually, what if I can do a bit of a leapfrog here? Do you like this little setup here, Veldak? What do you think about this? Is this that chest exploit? Where's my belt? I'm gonna do this to jump over it. And do it again. Oh, is reversed output on belts fast? Oh. Well, this one's outputting onto belts, and this is inputting to belts. I've got both here. So this is the input, that's the output. And I got a little leapfrog over with the underground. Just keeping it nice and chocker. Yeah, so these ones here are outputs, and these two are inputs. So the outside's inputs, and inside's out. This one looks like it's a bit short on the mushrooms, but focus on sharing one belt here. Though to be honest, they don't need that much each. They use like 19 each. So is this one just not fast enough? Is that it? No, that's solved. That's all good. And these, like, I 6,600 water a second. It's insane. These mushroom farms, man. So if you do pie, I recommend getting that water fill mod to make it easier. What I do is have no more belt to merge outputs and splitters facing each other. Ah, so removing this step here, you mean? Let's go straight to that, or do you mean these just go straight down? I think I was doing this visually, but yeah, I understand it. It would be more efficient if these are one tile closer each. Doesn't need the top one. That's a waste of time. I think it does. Let's have a look. Does it ever get empty with the bottom one? I think it doesn't. I don't think you need the top one. That's saturated with the bottom. These plates are looking a lot better. Alright, so I got the LDSs going. Let's see if we've got a rocket to launch. I don't have any satellites yet though, but I don't think there's any point in launching a rocket. We've got no satellite. So I think this mod pack needs a faster water situation. Is needing like as much water as I do is no good, eh? Hey Jeep guy, welcome Raiders. How's the stream? You were here the other day, but I didn't see you. You didn't say anything. You kind of just raided and then Vamoosh. How's it going? Anyone else hasn't seen Jeep Guy before? I think they're a Factorio streamer, but I can't quite tell until they talk. Oh, we're out of superconducting magnets. Oh, that's awkward. Hey, look at that, we got a rocket. Welcome. I'll get a second one of these, what do you reckon? Miles away. Yeah, I'm new at Factorio, but enjoying it. Oh, cool. How far into your playthrough are you? It's a great game. These things to learn. Oh, you need the satellite too, don't I? We can't do that yet. Doesn't exist. Oh no, we can. Huh. Huh. 140 hours in the game, about 53 in the current save. Oh nice. That's awesome. What's your key takeaways of playing Factorio so far? I'm guessing you bought it like 2 weeks ago? You've played 140 hours? Is that about right? You would have played 70 hours a week? Is that about right? Or is that maybe 50 hours a week? I don't know. a very addictive game. Actually, these can be upgraded to prod trees, I believe. Oh, they're on 0.2 craft speed too. No, I've had game for a while, but never really had time to play. Oh, fair enough. I was trying to be funny, so my funniness didn't work out. Oh, I could make this more efficient. So like making my factory less inefficient. We'll go add a beacon. Go 4, 2. Oh, that's way too good. Oh my god, look how fast it is. Insanely fast. Nice and productive though. Nice small footprint too, not too big. Nice these took prods, but they don't. So you got any mods yet, or are you still doing vanilla? I think I did vanilla for like 600 hours. I did vanilla before I moved to any mods. Vanilla itself is pretty damn comprehensive. There's plenty of things to do. Oh, it's King's Day's tomorrow free out. But I'm not the king. Definitely no king. Few Quave Life mods? Oh nice. I recommend if you want mobility, the jetpack mod is amazing. It might kind of ruin your experience though, because you have no struggles for getting around late game. But you don't get it early game, you need rocket fuel, which is quite very late game, so it's a very nice late game perk to get around your factory without having to like drive into rocks all day and then repair your car. Because you have to do quite a lot of that. Your car's always getting dinged up in poor old Factorio. What's this? Oh, it's Pie Tank. I can't find the, I'm trying to find this thing. So we ran out of deposited vanadium cores. We ran out of vanadium toxide has died, okay. Well, that's awkward, that holds up my whole factory. So I better go fix that. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Pi Light to you. I'd probably recommend Crastro 2 as a mod if you want to get to mods. It's a good first mod for like overhauls. But otherwise, yeah, keep doing vanilla for like hundreds of hours. I think there's so much to do in it. Oh, where are we going? We're trying to get to, oh yeah, to the east. Out east we got vanadium. Oh, this can be upgraded though. Everything's going prod 3 slowly. This is the way, you know? This is the way to go. No reason not to. Got too much ash here. Dang. So the vanadium toxide is a real complicated build. It's got heaps of fluids. So I'll see which one's broken. Oh, it's over here more. Let's build here. So what's wrong? Oh, it's working. It's actually working. Just we don't make enough. I see. I see the problem. It's So it's all going into super alloys, but there's not enough actually left over for other items. Because it goes in the chest and then gets used straight away. So what I have to do is split this off into 2 outputs. And then we'll be okay. One can go up, and the other one can go into a chest. Now the idea of that chest was actually to buffer the production. By doing this, we'll do the same thing. And so we'll still make it for the super alloy, but this won't eat all the recipe up. So it's very much struggling. So I might have to buff my vanadium production build. First involved in speed modules. I think the resources are fine. I don't think things are blocked up per se. I think this looks pretty chocker. It looks like organic vanadites. Vanadates. What's wrong with the vanadates? No blue liquor. No tannings dust. Really? No tannings dust. Huh. Well, is there another way to make blue liquor? New solvent, yeah. Or tannings dust. Okay. I finally reached speed over 400 in spaceship. Wow, that's awesome, Verdict. It's really hard to get that fast. I think I've got like no faster than like 290, I think. If you keep your ship under 1,000 though, you can definitely go with less defences. Defences very much required. There you go over, because the bigger rocks come along and then you kind of get spammed. We're going to look at tailings. I'm going to have to make a tailings factory. Or a tailings dust factory. Because I seem to be out. Now I was actually deleting this because I had too much. What I should do is have a tank here so it doesn't do the coal slurry unless I overflow. I'll add a logic gate in. Tailings is greater than 20,000. And then we'll go use this up. Oh, these have got prods. I could prod these to 3, but that's not the problem. The problem's actually I got no tailings, so I need to make a tailings factory. I'll have to go start crafting one. Specifically. Oh, why don't I type cancel? Tail. Taily. We'll do taily. Tailings. I need tailing dust. So the actual flow rate for this build is 6 a second at 1 speed. So say I'm going for 240, I'm going for 4 speed. So this is going to be 24 a second. And I find the best way of doing it is the tricky thing. Now, I think maybe the stone to tailings dust is probably the best way. See, the tailings dust is kind of a byproduct anyway, because you kind of get that. So I think this is the recipe to do, which means I need a lot of tar. And this become tailings as well. I think the coarse fraction and the other things don't really make a difference. They kind of just disappear. You can ash it or you just break it down. Make more stone. That acid gas disappears because we've already got a thing for it. Why do we have byproduct of tar? Oh, I guess we could use the tar though to make tailings. There's this one here. Well, that one there. Oh, then that's kind of doesn't really match which one I do. Oh, let's do that one there. So turn the tar and tailings as well. So I need 14 of those machines. Really? Is that the main way? Oh. I remember these only need one speed though. We go to prod 3, we'll go beacon. I think A33 is good enough. Yeah. So there's only one machine of those, and then four of these, and that's it. And that's going to make my tailings, really? Though I do need 38 stone a second to get this going, which is not too bad. And go get rid of byproducts. I think the byproducts, we can probably just disappear those. The ones we matter about is the saline. How do we get rid of the saline? I mean, I do use it. Could use a soda ash, but I don't need to delete it, actually. I have to do a sinkhole. I might have to sinkhole it. Because, I don't even know if I've automated sinkhole. Blue gas, we can... Could acid gas it, actually. But I think we ash it. Well, do we ash it? And the ash we turn into, I don't know. Really coal dust. Get a little bit of coal dust left over, which we I guess just syngas it. A little bit, tiny bit of syngas. I think we can probably juice this up a bit. So that's 42 stone a second. This build. Not too bad. Oh, we're gonna make sure these are ported. 38.4. There we go. So, I got a factory up here, but long ago, and this just turns stone into, or iron ore into goodies. Let's make stuff. So, there's a way to whack this build, but it does make 14 stone a second, and I need 38. Damn. So I have to really juice up the numbers. But this thing here makes tar though. This is a tar factory. I'm actually doing a stone factory to get to other steps, right? Because I'm doing it before that. I actually need to get the stone for this. So I do this whole build to get to the tar step. What's actual tar needs? Like it says that's producing. That's 42 stone. What's actual stone production? The stuff in here, eh? That's 48. That's enough. So I can just grab another one of these and we'll be good. Just grab onto that. Or I can actually even, with the train. We do have a train here of iron ore coming in. So I can just plug it off this. The train is pretty much fine, it's not been used. So I could do another build. Shame we kind of built to the south of this, so kind of ruined the hub design. We could build it quite far away. We could go grab another patch just for it, or we're just going to do this one up here and pipe down the resources. Hey Missy Jade, how you doing? Just trying to theory craft out my tailings design. I need some more tailings dust. I think we got it. We just want the that there, the step. Just need stone. I'm gonna go north and well, actually, what's the flow rate of the iron ore on this? I didn't even check that step. What was the flow rate of that? Should tell me in that. It reckons 20 a second. I don't think it's true. Because it's not, it's kind of static most of the time. But maybe it is. That's like a whole red belt. I think we can copy this whole thing, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this, it's a good build. I'm just gonna find a spot down here to put it. Not too far from this thing, but we can probably put it to the south and invert it, make it upside down. Like, yeah, is this gonna work? What's in the way? Are there pipes there? What's this? There must be pipes there. Damn, that's awkward. Right down here. Why are they out of whack? There's like a few items that are out of whack here. That there looks like it kind of fits mostly. There's a few that don't line up. I mustn't have done it correctly when I originally did it. I think they would work though. We're just going to move a few items on the far left here. Nothing else looks like it's out of whack. There's a few belt tiles that are not going to work. We lose a 1 copper here. And there was these 2 tiles here. Otherwise, I think that was it. I think the rest of it's we'll just get built, and we'll be good. Oh, we got the big sinkhole on the ground. Which is supposed to go here. So I also got a few things in the way. How do I move this sinkhole? I must move the pipes around it, I think. Why can't I ghost on top of a tree? What's that about? Anyway, this dry gas can move down 2 tiles. And same for this water. That should work. That should be able to do the what I need. There we go. That's the sinkhole. This whole build was supposed to make tar, but I actually need to not delete all the items in this build. Currently it's deleting. This actually deletes things. So we get like This here, the coarse fractions needs to be deleted. A giant dough mixer. It's a weird one. This is the tank's dust getting converted. We don't need this step here. So, and we don't need this step here. We'll take that out. That's kind of gone. These get gone. The step goes. Oh, burgers and fries. Welcome, welcome. How's your stream, man? What's happening, lady? Back in the Factorio buzz? Real life job? My job is an administrator. I literally administrate as a job. So there's not much excitement to tell there. What's good? Moved out of the lab and started actually building things. Oh, nice. How big's the lab? I know you like doing big builds, so was it Mondo? Was it Supreme? Were you pleased with your build? That's that. Now it's going to move the iron ore in here. Now the same thing on this side. This is the Tang's dust remover. We don't need that, so we get rid of that. Force fraction does need to get deleted. Set up a 9k iron ingot a minute build. 9k a minute. Wow. That's a bit hefty. How many how many belts is that? We're using, like, you know, those funky purple belts. Those things are pretty amazing. Yeah, we're gonna get this iron ore. There's a red belt of it. It's kind of I could just steal from this belt actually. It doesn't think it's gonna be like going the whole time. Oh, what? Right now I'm trying to bootstrap into my mall. Not enough buildings to make the intermediates. Oh. Four green belts. Wow. Yeah, that's hectic. Is that are they like 60 a second? I think. I remember. It's my brain says. My brain could be lying. I know they're pretty hectic. Oh, come on, game. Give me my red belts. So we got a corner problem here. What's going on? So it's supposed to plug in to over here. These two is supposed to be where this hooks in. So what I could do is some underground or something. What do you reckon? Oh, what happened? Did I shorten these belts? I was thrilled they were longer than that before. What? Why is it only one tile longer? They were way bigger than before. Do they nerf these? But I haven't updated my game. I'm so confused. That one's way longer. Oh. I can't. Whatever. My next bootstrap is steel, which is also 8 to 9k ingot minute build and is a lot more annoying. Ah. Does that one need coke? Are you doing K2 still? Because coke is pretty hectic. A lot of intermediaries. 14,000 belts? Oh, golly. Hey, why is... Oh, do we not make small electric poles? Maybe I don't. We press ran out actually. Maybe. 10 double-sided wagons a minute? Man, you got like a big build. But I shouldn't expect anything less. Big build. I might go prod these this time. Yeah, we probably won't go this. We'll probably turn these into the productive ones. So we're going to make it a better version. We're going to not going to automate factory, but the furnace. Where is it? I thought it was here. I can't see it. It is this one. Foundry, there it is. Yeah, these things are quite chunky, so filling them in might be a bit problematic. What I'll do is rip out this. And do that instead. And these are crushed iron plate. Rod 3s. And we have to make it faster. Alright, thanks for the raid again, burgers. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your conscious hours. Maybe you have peaceful unconscious hours too. Which I'll catch you on the flippity flip side. Oh, we need the help ecos. They don't fit really? Oh. I think that kind of works, but we're gonna have to speed it up a bit. That's okay. Oh, we can make this productive too. What? Really? Is the iron coming? It looks like we got iron almost here. I need to delete this other build over here and make it more productive. I'm trying to make this like, you know, in-game productive. Make it all nice, you know? Doesn't need to be, but what else can I do with these prod modules? I mean, I can make all the stuff in the middle here nice and productive as well. Oh wow, all this can be prodded. Oh, that's a few mouse clicks. I'm probably gonna find this whole build, I probably should just rebuild from scratch. Because these belts are all gonna be saturated in the wrong ratios. That's right. We might get a late game build of this instead. I can just redo it after this. There's like a patch job initially. Because there's only to make tailings dust. The previous build was to make tar, so we're not doing tar. We've got plenty of tar, we're kind of swimming in tar. We're swimming so much that the dinosaurs are envious of our tar exploits. They're like, hey man, we'd like seeing tar too. We have some tar access. I'm like, man, I don't know, I kind of like my tar access. I'm going to keep it to myself. You guys can get your own tar. Yeah, that's how it's going to go down, I think. Alright, let's go delete this other setup here. And we're going to copy the one over there. I think it should plug in. Oh, it's slightly out of whack. Oh, I see. Huh. Wish that plugged in. Why is it not plug in? Okay, we'll break it down. I'll go grab the middle part. That's the important part. The rest we can manually put down. Oh, who's that? Thanks for the follow. Nib 2566. Hey, look at that, we can do satellites. Why can't I put it down? What? Right near me. Okay. Cool, so that's all plugged in. Right, now we can automate this satellite recipe. So this needs quite a lot of things. And I don't have any superconductive magnetic units because I got no vanadium. I was trying to solve. We'll go do some inserted stuff in the meantime. I can't do much else. I mean, I could start trying to research the Pyrrhic Factory, but I need to start launching satellites, so I could do the next step of this one here. This makes a much more helium-3, and it might be needed to speed up satellite production. I might need to get this. I don't know. We'll see. Researcher's not moving. Oh, Veldat, you're on the case, aren't you? Ding, ding, ding. Right. This is the iron ore. Now I should better speed it up with a few well-placed beacons. Now I could just do like, you know, a Mondo one right in the middle. Oddly enough, it almost fits perfect. It has to be over there though, it's not quite centered. But I could get one here. Just gonna delete some items. And this can be a frequency 4. Cool, so that makes them 1.85, which is amazing. God, that's so good. Look at the area of this thing. Insane. So it gets every building except for 2. Well, that one over there, and that one over there. And they don't really matter anyway, so... So look at the speed of these. So these are making 5.72 plates a second. I don't think that's quite enough. So I might better bump these up. So this does 24 crushed iron a second. This eats 2. So this needs a major escalation in speed. Has a need for speed, so I'm going to go A4 and F2. Perfect, just gets it. So now these are 5 speed. That's what they're at now. Now they're at 15, which is exactly a yellow belt. Oh, that's perfect. How about that? Previously I had 8 of the energy furnace, right? This is just purely for rate calculating reasons. So this one, well, at 2.29 a second I had 8 of them, so yeah, that was the yellow belt as well. And they ate 1.14 a second. So they eating about 4.5 a second. This is eating 5.7. Why is that more? Doesn't make any sense. These have got productivity modules. Huh? I just can't math, I think. I think it's fine, because this times 8 is actually over a yellow belt. So that's good. And I just copy this thing and put down the other one. And these nice and fast too. So we seem to have a lack of ore coming through. I don't know what's going on here. Too much stone. Ah, oh, no water. Alright, let's go plug the water in. This is gonna need a bit of water. Most of the water actually copied most of the outside of it. We're just gonna get this part to the coast. So how's Veldak's grand plan to conquer the streaming world with automation and machines? The grand army of streamer bots. Viva le duck. Veldak. Le duck. Le duck duck duck. As for the water, I think this should go now. We've got too much coarse fraction, it looks like. All these ratios are going to be funny for a while. So we're getting the tailings. Now, currently it's just bottling them over, and it might be okay. But we're supposed to belt them. We're supposed to belt them to here, so I have to belt down here up there. It's not too far. We can just follow this iron line. I'll make a mod that makes you win just by joining the game. QOL mod. Oh yeah. Sounds legit. See, you're gonna be a speedrunner then. Sounds like speedrunning to me. I mean, they got so much experience. They're basically cheating, right? It's not fair. All us noobs. They can do so much. But how do I get this out? I guess we go red belt. Oh yeah. And then we don't need red belt the whole way, just need a little bit of the way. This is my hacky job. That will make sure it all balances out perfectly. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Alright, we're gonna get over this way. We're belting it out of here. The ground army. Hey, wasn't that... Ah, it's not long enough. Alright, that's the how do I do that? Did that underground? Oh, it did. I was having my doubts. Alright, where's the turning to there. I think I have to jump over there. There was a Czech woman city run yesterday. Every participant got a medal. The medal's the best part. Yeah, I think they've been doing that sort of thing for a while, eh? Like, we used to have like, you know, you have you participate basically, and you get like, well, not we didn't used to. That's what they started doing after I finished school. And then it's just so people don't cry. Then there's no one trying to achieve anything because yeah, there's no value in just turning up to something. I mean, who cares who turned up? I guess the parents care because then their kid doesn't cry that they lost. There's only winners in schools. In real life though, it's for losers. So take your pick of your poison. Right, that's the tags dust. That should be a bit better. There's only one belt. It's 12 a second. We might better get 2 belts on it. I might have to do the whole thing red. This is going. Oh, it's jammed up on tar. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. So this build I built, it's actually supposed to use the tar. That actually makes tar there, and then this step here is where I need to get rid of it. I need this step. I need quenching tar. And that's where I get the iron and copper as well. So I think that'll do. Oh, quencher. Quench my thirst. Need a few outputs, but that's right. Right, so this is El Quencho. I'm gonna generate a bunch of shit. All parents in some city and island decide that their kids will not get a smartphone. Will they get to high school? Oh no. I mean, they're either gonna turn out like really smart kids or really dumb kids. Because being tech illiterate into a teenager is like a huge handicap. But then not being like growing up thinking you have to be a Instagram model to get to be having your self-worth is also probably a good thing. So it's hard to tell. Right, there we go. We've got the goods. So I'm gonna add the iron ore to the extra input. I'm gonna go around in circles. Copper ore. Well, got a thing here for it. I guess we can just plug it in. Why not, right? What do you reckon, Valdo? Do you reckon the kids will turn out better or worse for having no technology basically to the basic 13? Alright, there we go. We are looking roses, so getting a bit of tailings dust. Now there is the matter of the tailings itself. What do I do with that currently? Obviously I'm dealing with it. I think this goes to a big vat. Maybe I'll store it in this thing here and oh yeah, it's getting stored, okay. I have a smartphone, but I have all notifications off all the time. I'm the same, I have every single notification off. Work I have to have dialing sound on, but that's the only sound I got on. So that's the anxiety machine I have is work phone calls. Okay, tagging dust is good. I'm gonna stack it out. Yeah, I can go over. I'm gonna do the red thing again. And then we can yellow belt the rest. Where are we going? We're going up to there. Going on the wrong side of history here. How do I get over that? Over this side? I might just move this over. I think it'll fit though. I just check work messages every 15-30 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I wish I didn't have phone calls. I never used to. I thought it was a nice idea to make administrators do phone calls. I'm like, well, I didn't sign up to be a fucking phone call person. That's why I got that job in the first place. But, you know, it's the way of the world. What's this doing here? This is iron ore. Oh, we don't get that. That belt doesn't do anything anymore. So I can use that instead. Here we go. We are golden, so we've got course fractions. A bit slow to get them out. I'll have to do a double chest situation, I think. That's much cleaner. Cool, so that's tailings dust, both locations. So I got the tailings pond filling up. Now let's fit up. Wow, that fit up real quick. Oh my god. So the Python coal, I would like to only do that if I have to. Obviously, this resource is not that abundant anyway, so I don't know how to automate that building. I assume so. So this is saline. Hey Kizatine, how you going? What's happening? I don't think we automated that building. I think it's one of the few ones we didn't automate. I don't see no sinkholes. Oh my god. Please don't. There you go, we got pie sinkholes. Well, shit. Was there something in that building? I said second thoughts. There was something there already? No, it was empty. Okay, that's alright. Nothing interesting, just few people blueprints. an editor. Oh, nice. You find anything noteworthy to just to borrow or use? This is the that's the Asher. So where's the ash go anyway? Oh, this pole's in the way. Got a few items in the way here, but it's alright. We'll get ash, so. Looks like coal dust gets used, but we can. Oh, it's all getting out. And my pockets are full of crap. Much rubbish, eh? Such a dirty person. My stuff in my pocket. Alright, it's a little bit tidier. Alright. I need Asher. I could do it right here, but doesn't quite fit. Hey Neb, no, but it sounds like a issue of your computer. Doesn't sound good. Oh, we're good there. Here we go. Another underground. Plenty of ash. This just needs some access to this thing, that's all. Big base can use a lot of memory. It might be a system doing cleanup. Ah, the old page file. Does this pie sinkhole fill up at any point? It says no ingredients. I think it's lying to me. Oh, what's going on here? I think we're okay. We're gonna go up. Trying to get this up to. Yeah, this is where it's needed. So there's not much here to need, so. Been out to me today, but I am on Mac S. Yeah, I've got 64 gigs of memory, so I don't know, much lower usage. The Factorio. I'm currently using 30 gigs of memory, but most of that's like, you know, not actually being used, like cache for stuff. Like pretend memory usage. Factorio itself is actually only using 2.2. Oh, I got DaVinci Resolve open, I didn't realise. I probably should close that. It's been open for days. That's using 2.2 gigs of memory. OBS is 1.8 gigs. Firefox 1.5. Discord 1.2. Yeah. Not too bad actually, memory usage. We need the saline though. I might go to the west here. Now where's the actual... It was around here. I'd piped it over. Is it there, I think? Okay. So we go up. We might be alright. Am I sure we should one-way this? I don't think so. Because it basically... Oh, no, but if I don't... Oh, yeah, I have to kind of one-way it. Otherwise it'll flood it. Oh no, it is one-way anyway. Fine, I'm fine. I'm overthinking. Okay, that's the saline. Oh, look at the tar filling up. Crikey. Oh, that's not the factory. I'm the wrong factory. This is my tailings dust factory. What's wrong with it? This has got stone. But it's not going out. Why not? Oh, we flooded on tar. I expect it's not flooded on tar. It's just this tag's flooded. So okay, this should be good. This will delete the excess saline. So I'm just going to deal with the tar, which is tailings, which is, I think it's the step here. We need 4 evaporators. Actually, we don't use these ones. We just plug them into the existing ones over. These, is it this one here? We get to this stuff here. Man, this radar building's a bit funky, eh? Not the best. I really don't like doing corners of pipes. They kind of wasteful real estate. I don't know if I've gone too far or not either. Where are we? Gone too far. That's fine. I can connect into there. That was these pipes here. There we go, it's tar out. I mean, tailings out. Why is it not moving? Oh, the pipe's not going. Okay, that's fine. And we got the tailings over this side as well. Also go out. I'm not sure it is. Oh, this is kind of going to this tank currently, isn't it? That was the way out, but what I'll do is have we'll send it out of here. Oh, that was like perfect connection. Alright, that's just gonna suck it around. So that's the tailings getting out. That's great. Which means this whole build should go. There might need to do some syngas and ash separation. Maybe syngas step. I think it should go good now. It looks like a bit of a backlog on gravel. It looks like it's not hooked into a burner. Now we've got a bit of copper plate here to deal with too. Way too much spare copper, eh? This whole mod pack's like just saturated on copper. So there's the tires and great. Tailings, why is this not going down? Oh, it's going. It's gone. Cool, because I need one of those. So is that under speed? It's supposed to be a 3-3 beacon. I don't think I did a 3-3. This is a 1-4. We actually undercooked it. Problems actually with this build is that the deleting of stuff here. I need some power source. Oh, maybe there's coal dust actually. Yeah, can I put it there? So we probably should just go straight in here, right? So I'm probably gonna find it's gonna be too efficient. It's supposed to get coal dust, but maybe delete. I don't really want to delete copper. Maybe just put the copper into a chest and not put it on the belt. So we delete all the ash. This seems to be going okay on that. There's a bit of stone on the stone actually. Belt's all filled up. These builds are very efficient now. 4.81 stone for 1.48. Yeah, it's really good. I kind of want better speed modules though. These speeds are a bit sad. They could be much better. But this is supposed to make... Oh, I've got this belt here deal too. Let's go plug this in. How do I make that back to front? What? Oh my god. There we go. I'm just going to rip out the extra stuff. So this thing can't be sped up. I'm going to pick up all this belt. Well, actually we've cut the belt off there and we're fine. Just going to take the copper out. Stop putting the copper on the belt. Stop it. Stop doing it. I don't want it. I'm done. Good. Done. Alright, let's go feed this. Well, what do you got for me? Nothing to feed? Oh well, whatever. You go burn your thing. Let's delete these. We don't need this stuff. There's so many excess pipes here, oh my god. So this is supposed to be a tailings factory and it seems to be going a little bit of tailings left over. I think that they are processing but not that quickly. It needs to be going over to here. Are they going? We're at 19k. Wow. Guess it's going. He's making. Oh, this is chocker. Looks like it worked out. So we've got a tailings factory. That's for sure. This thing is now need to be speeded up. We're gonna find out again. Need a lot of sulfuric acid from this. Let's go give us a beacon. That's basically done. So let's go beacon this whole thing. We go 3, 2. No, 3, 3. Perfect. It's like one rebel port grid. It's so good. Oh, it's conflicting. Really? Where's the other 3, 3? It's probably these ones here. Yeah, these ones are getting... It's that building there gets overlapped. Remove this one tile up and be okay. Can I move one tile up? I don't think I can. Go over there. Misses then half the factory, but it works. So, right, that's the 3x speed, which was after. So that should mean that I get more vanadium. So I didn't have enough tiling stuff before, but I should do now. And all these builds are going much better. However, that wastewater is not too bad. That's a bit of a problem. I need more pressurized water. These need 347 a minute. And this is like not quite there. Oh, this thing doesn't get sped up. How's that? Oh, they can do productivity? What? You can productivity and mod these? That's a bit random. I'm gonna do a 4, 2. Doomsday meteors? Oh, that sounds cool. Wow, I can. That's so nice. Alright, it's back to 1 speed, but it's productive, so I guess it saves water. When you do this and unpressurize it, and then that makes the water more effective. But it's only 30% more effective, so it's not that big a deal, but why this was, we don't have enough yeah, for the Zyphopho blood. I think we might be okay now. Still negative. What's the... It's consuming 347. Reducing 278. So I need one more machine. We don't have enough water. I need another water pump. What's the consumption rate? Only 2. Alright, let's get more water then. Do we just overlap something? We're gonna go north. It sounds like a situation though you probably want to let the meteorite hit, right? Just for fun. And see what it does. Like, why not, right? Let's let nature take its course. Let the doomsday happen. Be a doomsday apologist. So sorry doomsdayers, you're right, but hey, we'll get rich from wiping out this whole planet. Let's go evacuate for a little while. You can come back afterwards and mine the resources, but sorry between. You lose your houses and all those beachfront condos you had. Sorry, man. There'll be no more. Alright, let's get some more water and just need one more. .25. Lies. Alright, what's the speed now? Are we good? Positive! Yay! That should be fast enough for the Zypho. Oh, this thing's tailings too. I didn't even realise. I was totally oblivious. Okay. Actually, I might use a red belt. This. Red belt Andy. Is that what they say? Is that the term? I don't think so. Don't think that's the term at all. Red belter. Team red belt. Yeah, that doesn't work there, does it? Gotta go. I have to speed the whole belt up. That looks a bit sad. Give it a bit of a boost, eh? What do you reckon? Speed it up. Get those rookie numbers up. It's looking a bit better though. The vanidates are still a bit low. So what's wrong now? Oh, it's this step. None of iron oxide. Oh man, I'm actually like, I have to start crafting iron oxide. I was relying on like the good fortunes of my base having iron oxide for free, but it turns out I don't have enough free, and also not enough steam's coming down here. I have to add a pump in here. That steam is not to scratch. Alright, so we need to make an iron oxide build. I know there was a late recipe in the game. Actually, what? I should be making the satellites. I'm stupid. I forgot about that. I was just trying to fix up my vanadium, which seems to be going a bit healthier. This looks actually quite healthy here. Why have I got... Oh my god. Oh man, why are they so slow these? Too old. More faster, more faster. Hey Squishy Chew. Yeah, most of this is all a bit dead. The last step does have a bit of a flood, which is good. I may rebuild this section, this step here actually. So that's quite. It makes 15 per 100, so that's quite a huge amount. But this is going to run out real quick. So I have to make an iron oxide. I have to craft it. So I need to do this. I need to make hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, it's kind of the only way, really. I mean, this rich dust way maybe is good, but not really. Looks pretty sad. So, instead of hydrogen peroxide now, what's the actual consumption rate in this gonna need to be? I reckon it's 13.8 per second at the current speed. So let's make a new iron puro? Iron puro? That one, we'll go 15 second. Making it from this. There's quite a lot of iron plates actually. Alright, the Ansbrook node's quite easy. I reckon it's 18 of those though. That's crazy amount. Iron plates, no biggie though. Obviously not from the iron oxide. I reckon it's D9 machines. That sounds a bit far-fetched. Yeah, we need beacons. I like the 3 3s. There we go, it's much smaller ratios, so worst is 6 of those advanced foundries. 3 retrosols. So it's going to consume 2100 steam a second. I don't even know how I can get that pipe down. And the iron ores, actually not that bad. It's reconciling 5 iron ore a second, so it's actually quite a small build. But I should go, I'm going to set up this satellite because I think we have enough vanadium methoxide floating around to start crafting satellites for white science. I was a bit right next to the rockets. I got 2 rockets waiting now. Oh wow, that super LA actually sorted itself out quite good. Cool. Alright, satellites. Where are you? Automated factory. Cool, cool. I can do that. Doesn't have to be right next to it actually. We can robot it. These were near the helium. That's one of the inputs. So, and there's very fine. Oh, we need deuterium as well. Maybe slide on. Maybe that would be better. I do have a bit of deuterium available. That's pretty good. I mean, we've been storing up this helium. Where's the nearest deuterium? So I just want to play Witcher 3 in my head. I was like, man, I never finished those DLCs for Witcher 3, and when I first started streaming I couldn't stream in games like that because my upload was so bad. It's like just giant pixels on the screen. I don't even play like games like RimWorld and Oni and stuff that had like kind of static screens. That's what I streamed. Okay, no diverters, but otherwise we're good to make satellites. That's pretty good. Crazy, only a fusion reactor every time I craft a satellite though. So when do I get no diverters? I'm gonna store 10 satellites, which is good. No productivity modules for it. No, that's fine. Is this died or something? Is this fusion module? I mean, I guess this goes all day long, right? No, no diverters here either, so... Fusion plant is not working. But I probably should do auto launch of cargo. And then we're going to output white science. I don't know how much we get. I'm just guessing. Probably get nothing. Cool. What did I launch for cargo? What did I launch for cargo? Where do they finish different percentages? How's that? How's that work? So I should magically get this once the diverters get fixed. I'll go have a look at diverters. What does it need? Needs industrial diamonds and super alloys. I bet it's industrial diamonds, but I thought I fixed that. Yeah, we got 10,000 industrial diamonds, so it is a super alloy. Anyway, we'll carry on making this build while we're waiting. Let's just start doing satellites. Oh, why is this one not going? Let's go like that. Really? That? Fine, whatever. Too many beacons in the same place. It's like this one here. I'm gonna make very fast industrial solvent. 8 crafting speed with all these extra. These are only speed 1s too. Such a waste of power, but power's fine. Hey, I just launched my satellite. I didn't even see it. How much do we get? I just launched it. Does I get 500? Do I? There's a lot of, no, it's like 1,000? We get 1,000 from a launch. Wow. Oh, that's not gonna be pretty easy then getting the Pyrrhic Factory then. You only need 3,000, so it does take a long time to research, so I might go over there and add that to the build. I might be able to finish tonight. I might be able to finish before 150 hours, I'm lucky. So I think that's gonna take a long time to research. Because it's a pretty sad crafting speed. I probably need more labs in general. I need a inserter for white science. Here we go. 1,000 coming. 1,002. What a weird number. It says on the way 1,000. Oh, now it says 0. Okay, now it's correct. So 1,000. So I probably should oh, that red science is not so great. I might need a little glassware factory. Actually, it's the molten glass. I should actually pipe that in from far away. I make it here, but really... Actually, I know what to do. We actually got a lot of sand. I'm just gonna robot the sand in. Here we go. Go give me 2,000 sand, buddy. And yeah, you'll be fine. I mean, I do have 1 million glass in a factory. Just doing nothing. Now these ones here, what the hell's going on here? These aren't really making much molten glass either, but we don't need much. I don't know. Never really looked at these ones. These are real old. Like these are like legacy products. Yeah, here's another 1,500 sand. Oh. Yep, that's fine. Can't prod these, eh? No. We could speed these two little ones up from long ago. I think they're fine. There's not really that much coke spare actually. I'm gonna prod these up. We'll go put it a nice beacon down. Shit, where's gonna fit it? I can go there actually. I don't think you need that that turbine. There we go, giving you some speed. Not that you need it, but now we go. Now we're talking. How much wood we got anyway? I don't know enough wood spare to keep that red science going. 1,000, so we obviously got some buffering up, but I get my bots to use. So I got thousands of bots, like 10,000 bots or something. Here we go, grab some wood. That's looking much healthier. Yeah, got the... What? Why does it say rocket launch product 1 fish? I hope this is fast enough for the... keep going. Looks like it's actually a speed problem than it is. And the Farwagay is... we need some love. Okay, white setter these. Actually, this thing never gets any speed bump, does it? But that's fine. Could have gave that productivity. This is like my original build. I've only done 13,000. Oh, but that's the upgraded one. Yeah, I wish I kept the history of it. Because this is the same place as the original low-tech one. Now we're actually bottleneck on Farwagay. Farwo... we do have a little bit available. We can bot some in. Yeah, bot summon. Sure, why not? I'm gonna get that red science is fast enough. Once this finishes, we're gonna start doing pyrrhic victory, I think. I mean, we don't even need to finish this. This is just an extra. It is stack size though. It's nice. The last one's actually the one they want. It's only 300 science. This one is 1300. Ah. What's that? 600 second thing. This is 300 second. It is twice as slow though, so that's really that's 650. Oh, it's still half the speed to research. I could do that last one, because that means that even like the long hand will get a boost, and the white setters all these need for the science. Anyway, let's go finish this build. We got no vanadium, so it's holding up my satellite production. Though, not that we need that many satellites. It seems like... I mean, how many launches have we done already? We've done 2 launches. And... have they got a spare satellite? I don't think they do. They're crafting one now. The 3rd satellite. Okay. And that's all we need. I think we can stop. We just need a... I'll boost this vanadium with this build, because this is a build you're supposed to build. Just a bit of iron ore. Hook it in. Hook it up. The iron ore train. Probably put it here. It's a bit... not the best real estate for it. A bit wonky. Need 2 chem plants. Maybe go backwards. We'll start with Raw Crusher. Need 7 foundries though. Seems a bit much. maybe it's correct. Alright, so this thing always makes it too fast, basically, when you juice it up. So I know. Alright. White stacky stack. I need like 4 of them. I don't think so actually. What's this out? Not sped up. Oh, thanks for the follow. Simpi-san. There you go. That was Factorio Life Tree New. Alright, I need a beacon for this. Actually, might maybe. I don't know whereabouts. Maybe that's me, okay. Doesn't quite reach, but yeah, that's good. Nice and fast. Alright, what's the actual flow rate? 25 a second, yeah. That's fast. That's red belt territory, so there's 8 per rotation, so I think we do this thing we did before. We do this. It should be okay. Oh, the old YouTube, nice. I haven't really upload much there lately. Been I was gonna try get into video editing, but it hasn't happened. So there are like I think like 300 videos on there that I haven't actually admined. And about probably 100 of them are Factorio vids. I think I put one episode of this pie run on there. I've since played like 60 times or something. I intend to put it up there though. I was hoping to automate the workflow a bit more. It's a lot of time for not many views. Can I get rid of this stone as well? And that stone is 5 a second, so let's do stone. Is that a full pie run? Oh wow. How's that going? That sounds yeah. I deemed that too difficult for me, so I didn't do it. How are you finding it? Oh, we can go in here. There we go. Nice. We should get some iron plates. Spaghetti everywhere? Oh yeah. How are you finding the all the fluids? I mean, the early game of I've seen the early game of it. So it's a lot different in Pyrrhic versus full pyre. A lot more involved on the burner phase, I think. You have like this even worse belts you gotta deal with. Here we go, it's the iron step. Now we do the anthraquinone. Which I think I'm going to struggle on because I don't have enough steam, but... I'm going to put this, might put it over here. And that'll be okay. Maybe one tile further in. But it's not so bad once you get signaling. You can just pump the extra into the ground. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually only just got Pi sinkhole my first time. I tried to make sure I used everything. I was trying to it's like my own little challenge. I didn't need to do that though, but yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, the amount of like a lot of infinite loops, so you can get quite a lot of recycling. Basically got real obsessed with doing lots and lots of tar production from various things. I wonder how long it's going to take. I reckon it's 14 hours. So if I double my science build, it'll take 7 hours. Problem with this Pirate Victory is that there's actually, I don't have to do anything. I just leave the game running and I'm finished now. There's actually nothing to do. It's just a slow research. That's kind of dumb. Maybe I'll leave my computer running tomorrow. I don't really want to do that though. I probably can speed it up though. So I'm looking to speeding it up with some more science labs. So I think I've got enough science bulbs. So they're going sitting in, you know, in the building, so. Oh, that's awkward. There we go. So we're gonna plug that in. And these each need oh, they're just in range, nice. Hang on. Oh, the plate's for the next step, not for that step. It's the step here needs the plates. It needs 11 plates a second for the step. I guess they're kind of the same, so that should be fine. We're just gonna plug it in. So how long did I'm guessing you did SpaceX? How long did that run take you? Because that's that was the longest run for me ever. Never done big mod pack until I did SpaceX. Not the K2 and stuff, but they're way easier. Crestro 2 is like a walk in the park, I guess. Alright, that's that bit. Let's see the poles. I guess we can merge it. I don't know, it doesn't really matter too much. We're basically going to be waiting on these 3 items. So the last step is actually spitting out the iron oxide from 2 chem plants. These things are huge. But I can do them like that. One there. And one there. Cool, that's that. And Bit of iron oxide all day long. Just for the vanadium build over here. This needs it here. Iron oxide, so that should be good. 19 hours, really? Far out, that's so slow. I wonder why they made it so slow for the research for it. These need 4 each, okay. Oh, I probably should have it back actually. We'll go back here. We could go in closer. That's right. 550 hours? Yes. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think my first run said 340, but it was really a lot longer because my UPS was down at 20 by the time I got there. Don't know how that works. A 10 a second output, so probably into 2 boxes. And, well, where's this one gonna go? We'll go there actually, but we'll just lazy dog it. Cool, so once we get this plugged in over here, we'll be good. I'm gonna work on some more science labs. I'll see if they actually been researching. The numbers, the science looks like it's not is going like consistently down. It must be researching, but it's just awfully slow. 20 hours? I don't spend 20 hours doing this. I thought we'd be finished tonight. I guess like in my head I'm finished because I'm researching the last science, so I'm not really. Hold up. So there's actually a lack of red science in here. Oh. I see now. But actually not me and them actually going because there's no red science. Alright, I'm gonna buff all these take that off. I'm gonna buff all of them with this upgrade. Dump. Dump. Oh, but there are some with filter inserters. I can't do all of it. Don't want to break my old factory. But we can do like, we can do bits and then we can get the whole area, rest of it. All that can go. Alright, that should go a bit better for the sciences. I mean, look at that. It's like nothing inside it. And still time tools for pi going at 64 times makes things quite a bit more enjoyable. Oh wow. Yeah, so what I found with Pi Light actually is I don't actually get ahead of the science. The whole playthrough has actually been like, I'm barely ahead. By the time, like, if I start researching something, by the time I finish building that build, it'll be finished researching. So it scales quite well in that regard. So I like the idea of like, you can build the next build before the science finishes researching the next science. I like that sort of speed of a run. So you can plan out your science build and that sort of sinks into your build time. Can we like really, like, what the hell's going on? Is it just like the lack of inserters or what? I think these this stuff here, that the logistics science. Why is it a blue? Oh, that's awkward. That's real old though. This has been going the whole game. I haven't buffed it, so we might find I need to make it a bit faster. So curious enough, actually not going to be yellow science that holds me up. It's going to be all the other sciences. Because they sort of... It stuffs 9 white science in every lab, it looks like. We can. Actually, well, it's got 2 in these. But these are not getting the science, you see. So this is actually going up. I don't know what's happening, but obviously the N one should be researching. These ones here are researching. Very slowly. 33% away. So it needs 20 red science per thing. So I need 20 times that. So I need 60,000 red science for this pirate factory. So I might need a massive buff in my build. I mean, these ones are fine. They're keeping up. They're all good. It's just, yeah, it's the insert rate. It's too slow with these red inserters. I can skip the first one. Let's do that. Small little buff. How's that gonna go? A little bit better. I mean, speed the belts up, obviously. What do I have these load onto red stacks as well, like that? Oh, that's way better. Not that we got that. I mean, it's going to drain this fast enough to put it in, but it'll be much healthier. Yeah, 23 hours. Like, I might have to do time tools. I haven't done that before, but I actually do need more science labs as well. So I have to buff all my old sciences. I can build out here though. I won't upgrade these. There's no red science out here. So I might need to build a red science lab, a new one. This destroys my motivation though. Ah. I really feel like doing fixing up the old sciences. I mean, I could do a new red science build. I've got one up to north already. Make it bigger. This original one, I never buffed this this one here though. This logistics science. It's been the same old little build. I could RTO this. Oh, we got 1%. Look at that, and it's dropped down to 13 hours suddenly. So it must have worked out a bit better with this inserters. I mean, 12 hours is not too bad. I can deal with 12 hours. Yeah, so it's the red science the problem. I reckon, I'm obviously craft them fast enough. I can probably just do more inserting. So if I can insert at different points. Oh, this one's like an intersection. Maybe the one after the intersection. We can do like, you know, different sites is like part way along. This one can be total automation and logi. And do another one here for the same thing. Because these are slight little, like little important intersections, you know, so. And there's the ones of the high volume, so if I boost high volume, these low volume ones won't matter so much. Actually, how fast is it charming down on the, I don't know. So I don't even know if it stops researching as well. Like, if it starts doing one, do I lose the science bulb? If it passes along? Oh, I don't know. But I think I'll find the flow rate on this red science. Let's say 6 hours now, so that's okay. I can deal with 6 hours. Because I've got plenty of science, that's not a problem. It's just the flow rate on these ones, because I can't believe it needs 30 science of that per one of these. Whereas these ones are kind of like, that's like one green inserter there. These ones are like a separate one each. So I could put like 3 inserters between. Like that. What? I've run out of green inserters. What? What? Got 0? Where did my green inserters go? What's happened? We got no green chips? Well, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? You go to green chips and you'll be much happier. The iron wheels I think are okay at 90. Though actually 90 of them is not that many as well. Looks like my flow rate on these didn't keep up. And these should be I should have prodded these up a long time ago. These were like a temporary thing. And they're on yellows. At least make them blues. Be a little buffs, that'll help out. I mean, we got 98,000 iron plates, so hey, this is big. 5 hours 45. That's looking much healthier. I think the fact that we got multiple entry points now for the red and logi science, that should help the flow rate. I might find any more inserters though. That's all good. How do I get that powered? I think 3 is pretty good. What's this shit doing? Why would I do that? That's so dumb. Why would I stop it there? Should be back here. That's a bit better. Not that I need to do that, but that's just... Looks like copper's a bit weak actually. Sounds like wood and all sorts of stuff. I guess like we're doing like the final stretch. So all the sciences come out of the woodwork. That's sort of the main line. That's not the main bus, I guess, of it. That gets all that done. So those all get a bit. And then how else do I direct it? They all go out the west here. So this is like the new. They do a main line down. Oh, I got red inserters. That's the half of the problem there. That's a bit dumb. That'll help. I like the designs of these pie buildings, but so many are too tall. You can't see behind them. Yeah. All these science labs, they look visually good, but you can't tell what's going on. They are very hard to see. Alright, and then you got the stack inserters. Before it was 42, it's looking a bit more feasible. Then we're getting more labs. Most of these ones, as long as we get 3 in the main line, I think that's enough for the speed. How many actual sciences we got? Only 1.4k, but I think that's all we need actually. I think that's all the science I need. I probably can even stop making satellites. We've got, oh my god, we've got 9 satellites. Oh my god. These actually stop because we got no of this stuff, which is the vanadium. So I've actually way reduced these satellites. I think from my understanding of this, if I need 3,000 of this, like 150%, I need basically like 1,000 or 1,300 or something actual science bulbs. But because there's like 2 per science lab that sit there, they idle and they can buffer up to 10. So say we have 10 per science lab, and I copy all the science labs. How many science labs is it? 98 science labs. So that's 980 just sitting inside them. That's only 1,000 extra. So probably need 2 more launches, and I'm done on the space science. Which means I pretty much can turn this thing off. Let's go turn off this rocket, because that'll help the rest of my base do the other thing. Well, I need to turn it off, but just like not go all day long. Only go when your science is low. So I need to read the network, so to speak. But the network's currently in a blue chest, so I'd have to like make a... Oh, I don't do a read signal for that far, it's so far away. But yeah, we need this super alloy fixed anyway. I don't really need this going like crazy. That's going to hold up other sciences, I believe. Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's all hunky-dory. Maybe it's all good. Alright, so this is definitely going to turn off. What I do here is just switch it up. I can't be bothered even checking. I actually know I could do this as a logistic thing. It'll go, well no, but they'll just keep launching. I think just this, if I just leave this off, these can launch all 12 rockets, and that's fine. That's fine. That's more than we need. So I should finish right almost bang on 150 hours if I get a bunch more science labs done. It was pretty good. Just gonna buff up this vanadium because it's holding up production of things. Oh, it looks like my wastewater is juicing up. How are we looking? Oh, it's actually organic vanadites is okay. Is it? No, it's not. We've flooded on vanadium solution now. That's different. So it's only supposed to go that one there, so it's only supposed to... I think we're supposed to not... Oh, this one's the one we have to get rid of, right? I mean, you don't really want this one. This is the one we want to consume. And the only way I consume it is by this machine here. There's actually new solvents blocked up. And blue liquor's blocked up. How do I deal with the blue liquor then? I mean, I could do bigger buffers, but... Yeah, why is this not going? Hang on. That's filled up. And we don't have iron oxide. Okay, so I really need that iron oxide to go. Which is what I was working on. That will solve the bottleneck. But really, this thing here, I think this has been turned off. It shouldn't go anymore. We don't really want this vanadium solution to go. I need a logic on... Yeah. There we go. So this won't go anymore. Looks like we got plenty of that worked out really well. We got heaps and heaps of tailings. I might add a little buff there actually for the red one, so it keeps going for a bit. Only less than oh no, less than 1,000. Yeah, we don't want that going. The whole point of that was to make sure that the blue liquid can go. Which means that we're basically steam limited. Okay, let's maybe finish this off. This needs a bunch of steam, aromatics, and chromium. Now the chromium, I think we can just bottom the chromium. And that's fine. Let's bot them in. Yeah, I mean, go for a much higher number though. 760, sure. And the aromatics, that's always a funky one. It kind of competes with the plastic. We use it over here. So we've got 39k, so we're actually good right now, but I know that we're going to juice. This is going to juice up quite quickly. Alright, I need to get this aromatics hooked in. Where are we going? A little bit east, further east. Can't really clean up those little extra remnants anymore. Nope, that's not good. Not good. Alright, we're almost there. Cool, just need the steam. So I think we go up for that. I'm not sure where the good steam is. I don't have good authority on where it is actually loitering in the base. We could have found the main line of steam and gone to that, but I think we'll find it. It's back way. I think it works out quite good. There should be steam around here somewhere. I see it. We see the steam. Don't know whether it's going to be enough. Oh, that's awful. Okay, so I might need a steam factory. I don't know whether I'm keeping enough steam. Oh, I think it's not printed. Oh man, being lazy. Why is it on wood anyway? Gone wrong. We're low on why is no CO2? What's going on? That's a bit dumb. Why is it so slow? Got one setter. Well, that's a bit of an oversight. Easy fix. We can prod that up too. Not that I want to, but I could do. That should get the CO2 going much better. Now this thing here does make steam, and I do vent it, so we just unplug these. And we're going to find that we're going to have access. Now, I think east side of this. We go south and we'll be good. Where was it? Was it nearby? Oh, it's here, so we're not too far off. There we go, extra steam. Now I might one way that, because that's quite a good source. So I don't know if acid gas for the build. Curious. Would like that to go. That's yeah, that was a good one. At least we're not venting anymore. We'll use the steam. Oh no, we're maxed out on this and all that crude we're making. My new steam factory. I only managed to expand my science unit for the pyrrhic factory. I mean, there's heaps of steam recipes, but 41. Like, what's the best one? I don't know. At the end. The end one's like this one here. You make pressurized steam, but I can't use this, which is so stupid. What the hell, man? So dumb. Anyway. So, well, that 5,000 steams. What's this recipe? I haven't got it. Oh, it's a bit of fusion recipe. I could do like things like this, where we make steam out of combustion. We just delete resource to get steam. I like this one here. Now I did have one of these in my base. I don't know whether we keep it or not. I'll make sure I check This hooked in? No, it's... Well... It is hooked in. Good. I thought it was not being used. Because I got a few places I'd done like temporary jobs where we set up things and we just let them come in tanks. What? Oh, we're pretty chocker on diamonds, it looks like. Oh, we maxed out diamonds. Awesome. So these things have been good for a while then. There's a steam recipe down here. I don't remember where it is. This one here. This makes steam. So the problem with this one, we've got too much coal gas sitting around, but basically this is basically what I should be using to make heat to steam. Is it being used? It is being used. We got too much coal gas. Basically, I gotta delete the coal gas. Easy to fix up. We just start deleting it. So let's vent the gas. When this fills up, vent it, and we'll get more. They can speed this up too. Where's the vent gas? Gas vent. Oh. Need a pump first. Well, maybe 21,000. Can't light side on so I can actually see what's happening. Here we go. These are now going to go all day long. Now make them faster. Now, there's not enough water for this. Also, these need more water. Each one needs... Well, they need like one pipe, but if I speed them up, they need... I mean, it's like literally the perfect distance away from water. Maybe I get the water from this one here, down there, and go across. Might be the way to do it. With here, so we can go straight down. Let's go straight down. Alright, let's get 2 water pipes. Maybe like parallel. We'll line them up first. Get this one here as well. Maybe get 3. I'm gonna split it up real good. And then we're going to get heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of steam for my iron oxides. Alright, 3 lots of pipes. Let's go and get them down. Oh, might as well copy it now. Where's it for they doing this sort of thing? Because I haven't got a blueprint for it. I think this is about south enough. Let's go west now. Ah, that's right, net never works in the corners. Let's get that, because when you do this, it merges it. It sucks. Yeah. So annoying. Anyway. And that works. Wow. And then we're going to do this out of whack as well. I guess that's the easiest way of lining them up. Maybe. Actually, I don't need those. That's the best way of doing it, eh? Yeah. Build it! Build it! Build it! Build it for me! Build it! Build it! That Novium train's been going so long. Since the dawn of time. I think if I didn't have this jetpack, I would have lost my mind on the amount of pipes I'm building. And flying around the world like you. I don't know, how would you do it? I don't craft that. Don't craft that either. Go on, man, what are you doing? Yeah, there's just so many pipes. Like, God, what's going on? Oh, not that one. It's gonna go there. No, it can't merge. Ah, whatever. Gotta keep them separate, otherwise they contaminate the lines and then they don't get their full throughput. Just really annoying. There we go. Water. Water for days. I mean, that's 3,600 water. We only need 1,200, but we've already got 1,200, so now we should have 4,800. Now I can 4x the crafting speed, and it should be just fine. Just fine. We've basically got infinite oil. We've actually got why have we maxed out steam suddenly? Oh, I'm probably need like more steam pipes as well because they're too slow. I might go with another steam pipe out the back here. We'll do a secret wiggle. A secret one. Now, where are we? We're here, and we need to get the steam there. So technically, like along the train line, we're the best. Not too far. I should just fill this whole train line with even more pipes than I have. Become like my main place, the pipe stuff. Like a no build zone. Lots and lots of steam. I think we're there. We are going right here, so this one we're going to use a pump. Oh, we can't do that one. Of course not. Move it back a tile. No, go back. Pump. Shit. Why does it have to be out of whack by one still? Would have been nicer, you know? Put a tank here though. Let's get the steam local. Here we go. Is that finally getting enough steam? We're getting aquaquinone. The steam is going up. What this one? No steam for you, buddy. It's got 500 a second steam. I guess like if it gets enough, it'll saturate and then get this one some more love. This top one's getting enough. I might need 3 individual pipes of the steam to get here in time. So it goes all day long. It's not quite fast enough. But even that's going to help out a lot. We've now got a bunch of iron oxide getting generated. Why is this one not going? Oh, they're out of whack by a tile. Cool. That was worth it. Okay, so now let's go back to boosting my pirate factory's time by getting more labs. I think now we'll get a better flow rate for the vanadium, because this step here, which was lacking, is now going nicely. Yeah, it's going good. How's my bots? Definitely more bot usage. What's this shit here? Oh, it's all the sand. Oh yeah. Well, red science is still not positive. Though it kind of is. Alright, let's go get some more labs. Give me some victory points. Get me victory. Yeah. What do I play after this? Might go back to my SpaceX and revisit it. Oh wow, the mace are just actually going down. This is looking great. Alright, so I figure out how to get past this nightmare here. That's for military science. I set up ages ago. If I can fit two through here. Nice. So I probably copy this a few times. What's in south? Yeah, I guess I can. It's like a main line then. I don't get past the train lines though. Grr. You can go south, but it's like pipes in the way. I gotta move them. What's this spot here? It's a bit of a dead zone. Die. Oh, I got a wooden... Lots of science labs. I mean, I don't want this going without productivity. That's a shitter. I can't do too much at once. I might have to request more prods in my pocket. These aren't... I mean, they're coming, but just when they're not going initially, they don't... Not so great when they're not getting there full, because they'll go faster and a shit. No productivity, basically. I guess technically that's okay, but... This train line kind of hems me in a bit. I'm running out of real estate, but that's okay. We can build back in this way afterwards. Let me go back in here. Might need another red and logi pots, whatever. Some logi splices. Then they help it out a little bit. Only a few hundred, but it should keep the flow rate stable. Man, the science I've done is weird, eh? Like, I couldn't be bothered like redoing it properly, so it's just build around my base rather than make a brand new spot for it. I could just like put in the middle of nowhere and bot request it, but I don't know if I got the flow rate for Logi and other ones. This one is at 5.5k, this one's at basically 0. So I mean, all my other sciences are fine. So we haven't done more rockets, is that right? No, we've done 3 rocket launches. We've got 8 satellites sitting here, so... Oh no, I turned this off though, so that's good. Yeah, so I guess like 3 hours and we finished. So I'm not going to do it tonight. I might just call it here. 13% is pretty good. So it looks like it's been 150 hours. And that's Light. Basically like someone having a bit of a snooze on a sunny day. Having a lounge in the grass.